Namaste dear students and welcome to the virtual learning of SL English Medium School. I in a special way welcome the 10th class students of SL English Medium School to join me hands towards learning the first lesson in your second unit of the English language textbook, that is The Dear Departed by William Stanley Horton. I hope you already have clear understanding about all the characters, the plot and the intention and the narration of the Dear Departed drama. But to once again remind you all about the Dear Departed that we had already previously been discussing, I would just like to recap the first part of the Dear Departed. As you already are aware of, you have been informed that there are 5 adult characters and 1 child character in the Dear Departed drama. The entire drama revolves around the main character, Mr. Abel Merriweather. Mr. Abel Merriweather has 2 daughters, namely Mrs. Emilia Slater and Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan, and they have been married to Mr. Henry Slater and Mr. Ben Jordan respectively. Emilia Slater and Henry Slater have a child named Victoria Slater, and Ben Jordan and Elizabeth Jordan together gave birth to Jimmy Jordan. So these are the characters that are in the Dear Departed drama. Among all these characters, Jimmy Jordan's character is not part of the drama. We only hear about the character, but the character Jimmy Jordan is not part of the Dear Departed. So dear students, the entire lesson or the drama for say revolves around one single theme, that we should give people importance and not things. But in this modern era, we tend to go behind the properties of the people. Even in our own country, where we speak about respecting elders and parents, there are numerous old age homes. We send away the parents to the old age home. We don't need them, but we need their property. So people often tend to give importance to the others by seeing what they have more than what they are. So the writer of the Dear Departed drama, Mr. William Stanley Horton, very clearly explains on how 2 daughters or a family per se was not giving enough love, support and respect to the old man, that's Mr. Abel Merriweather, but they are craving for the property of Mr. Abel Merriweather. So the entire lesson mirrors, showcases the modern society's deaf ears. The entire drama explains how the younger generations are not giving enough attention to the older generations. So in the first part of the Dear Departed, we had seen how Mr. Abel Merriweather was lying dead upstairs, and downstairs Mrs. Emilia Slater is taking away the things, the possessions of Mr. Abel Merriweather, her father. So Emilia Slater is taking away the belongings of her father, Mr. Abel Merriweather. She has been too quick enough to take away the possessions of Mr. Abel Merriweather. Now it will be interesting to see when Abel Merriweather comes comes down the stairs, who was understood and misunderstood rather, to be dead in his room, was only actually sleeping deep because he had alcohol. So it will be interesting when Mr. Abel Merriweather comes down. He will not find his bureau, his slippers, and his clock. So, after the first part of the Dear Departed, as we begin the second part of the Dear Departed, it's going to be very fascinating. Merriweather would find very fascinating and very questioning and confusing, perplexing would be why everybody at the table are wearing black dress, or it is written in the drama as new morning. I explained to you in the Western culture or in the Christian culture, when people pass away in the family, the entire family wears a black dress. Unlike the Indian culture, here people put on the new morning as white dress, where in the Western culture it is black. I had explained to you multiple times. So dear students, after the first part of the Dear Departed, it's going to be very interesting, a way more lot fun to read through the lesson, to understand the drama in the second part of the Dear Departed, mainly because of the cunningness of the way the daughters of Mr. Abel Merriweather behaved when they started dividing the property even before confirming his death. They have been too quick to gather the property, to divide the property of their father even before he died. And when he comes back to life, in their terms, when he comes back from his bedroom, he doesn't find his things. He doesn't find his bureau, his clock, his chapel. He doesn't find his bureau, he doesn't find his clock, and he doesn't find even his slippers, which Emilia Slater had been too quick to take away. So it's going to be very interesting. So it's going to be very interesting on how they are going to answer him. So I will be uploading a separate video of reading the text of the first part of the Dear Departed. All you need to be doing is take your textbooks and read the first part of the Dear Departed as often as possible. And then in the next video, we will be starting with the second part of the Dear Departed. I urge you all to remember the characters as well as you can. Mr. Abel Merriweather is the main character, and in the entire drama there are 5 adult characters and 1 child character, as you have already been informed. The main character of the entire drama is Mr. Abel Merriweather. He has 2 daughters, namely Mrs. Emilia Slater, Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. They had been married to Mr. Henry Slater and Mr. Ben Jordan respectively. Emilia Slater and Henry Slater have a child, daughter, Victoria Slater. So these are the characters of the drama, and Elizabeth Jordan and Ben Jordan also have a boy child named Jimmy Jordan, who is not part of the drama, of whom we only hear of, but not part of the drama. So there are 5 adult characters and 1 child character. And before you switch on to the second part of the Dear Departed, I urge you all to understand as well as you can the first part of the Dear Departed. Understand the meanings, the expressions, the dialogues, who is speaking to whom, and also get the gist of the lesson. I will be posting a separate video of reading the textbook with the text being visible and my voiceover. So please also take your textbooks and sit with the video and listen to the audio and correct your pronunciation and the way you need to be reading the dialogues. So in the coming video, we will be seeing the second part of the Dear Departed. Until then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.